So let's see if we get connection here real quick. All right, seems like we get a connection. Uh, Traders want to break down something important. So first of all, trades recap for today, and a few lessons. The mental, the mental game, how important, and how certain exercises to do. Um, and something that I'm working on, and some other things I'm gonna cover here today. So first of all, we all know market was really tough last days, right? All this kind of a situation right here was tough. We did a sell-off yesterday, chopped, right? Chopped. Eventually, now we going back up right now. Is this a bounce? Is this where we in right now, or this is just a dead cat bounce type of a deal? We don't know, but why don't we play this as a bounce? Why don't we take this as a bounce, right? Why don't we start like why we don't fight? I don't want to fight the train. The train is heading north right now, as you can see on all indices. We're heading back. Q's still at 20 MA. We're still looking green. SPY still looking good. Still looking good. So with that being said, I want to load up on long swings and see where we're heading with this. I don't want to miss an opportunity. So I posted a watch list for the swings. Yesterday, it was amazing opportunity for some of these names to go long. Let me break down those first before I jump in my trades. So Peloton was actually traded today. Got that was a mistake, mental game mistake. So shouldn't even touch there. But that was a beautiful swing I was mentioning. So this is the area to buy Peloton between 113, 107. I was even having a lower D buy area, 80 to 100. So, but as you can see, yesterday was amazing. D buy at an open 111 breakout, 112. Etsy, similar setup, 175, 180. I mentioned yesterday, buy it. Of course, I didn't buy that. And I'll explain to you later what I mean by that. Roku is similar D-buy. So far, every single D-buy I was talking about, acquisition, right now playing full swing. Really good swing long right now. PEG is another one. UPST, ABNB, all of them. Look at this. I'm long on Caterpillar. This is the only one I took. Beautiful. All of them, DDD, same thing. Chewy, so this is another one I took. It's very small shares. So this is like, uh, shouldn't even take this, honestly. I'm gonna get out of this trade because it's not worth even having this exposure, such a small size. Um, TTD, look at Amazon's trying. So all of them trying for the bounce. Nvidia, slightly different story. Honestly, Nvidia, I'm gonna get rid of from this list. CRVD is holding this moving average so far. Square, in our room today, I mentioned Square to buy because it has a lot of relative strength. I was talking buy Square at right here, 234 breakout candle over candle. 234 was a beautiful long. Where is this right now? At 244. 10 bucks. 10 bucks on Square, guys. Think about it buying yesterday on a deep buy. The yesterday was a deep buy opportunities. What did I say? 225 long on Square. This is the watch list I posted yesterday. Nothing changed. 225 long on Square. 225.25. Yesterday's low. Unbelievable. Look at this. If you load it there, if you load somewhere at the lows, will you take profits here? Sure, yeah. A little bit, right? Because we don't know exactly if it's a bounce or not. BE, same thing. BE is just setting up right now. Double topping here yesterday's top, but it's a long setup here. Look at this. UCTT, 42.42. I'm looking for a little lower, but this is also two levels. I put it here. And it played 45.94 breakout. PLTR 20 to 21. We went to 2050. Zen 132 deep buy. Look at this, it went almost to 132. Snowflake, looking at these two lower levels, but also this was a really good play of this 2-day of consolidation breakout. Look at this, how clear this level played. I want to make sure you pay attention. We touched penny to the penny right here on a daily 3 times. Then we reversed, flipped the level. So 241 plus minus played a big role here. And that's why this debuy of 241 made a lot of sense. All right, so a few more names I mentioned yesterday. Exhaust long on a pullback because it's providing support of this area, relative strength. Unity, same. STNE, look at this. Beautiful. AMD, I did some day trade on AMD today. Small loss, nothing serious here. Again, great debuy. A little bit weaker right now than some other names. FSLR, same thing, debuy. FSLR, very strong debuy yesterday for multiple reasons. You got a window. The bottom of the window is always a level. That's number one. Number two, this is a prior breakout area, consolidation. This is 2 levels. Number 3 level, moving average. This is I believe this is 50. Anyway, it's bouncing on the moving average. LI, nice bounce yesterday of this level, as you can see. Could also play the bounce right here, right to green. It's still cooking for the higher level. Twitter curling above the moving average right now. I don't know what it's gonna do with here, but this is more of a day trade right now. I picked a DKG today. Again, I tried to short it here a little bit. Got stepped out break even, nothing serious. It squeezed after that. Yesterday, shorted 1, 2, 3 times, and fourth time it worked. Again, this is a long debuy right now on DKG. It's confirming above this pivot point, and it's possibly you're gonna get a big breakout 45.60 on DKG once it comes to that area very clean. Then I was talking about AAL, CCL, very simple buys, guys. If you a day trader and primarily scalper, you gotta line up multiple time frames. You gotta look at where the majority of people sitting and where majority of people will be buying, right? Because majority of people actually are long traders, not short traders. Short traders is just a tiny group of people. Where's they gonna be buying? What moving average is this? 200-day moving average. This is a prior breakout. We also have a little bit of window. So if you didn't buy CCL, AAL yesterday, that's fine. Second day play offer you a pullback to this area, and what you got after a red to green move, you got to be participating on red to green stop low of the day. That's how it is. And you got a window in front of you, room to run. And not only that, this stock is beaten down. You have room to run here. NEO moving average bounces here. Slightly different story. In Apple. The reason I took Apple long, it's on a very strong uptrend. After a pullback, we didn't even came to 20 MA. So gapping up higher, potential squeeze of the prior day shorts who were putting their stops right here. And then we have room to run to 146. So it's just nice looking attempt here. I'm gonna get out of Apple possibly around 146 if we ever get here today, because it's on a high. It's overextended play, right? And CCL, same as AL. All right, so trades I took today, and I'm gonna cover some mental game here. All right, so AMD. I took this as a swing, but then I got out because it did look a little weak, so I wanted to set up a little bit. Well, it did set up eventually, you know. I took it as a swing with a wider stop. That's why the loss is such a tiny. Then DKNG. I took on a short setup. Again, this is tricky. You gotta break down this on a range, 1 minute. And this is something I've been doing, and I shouldn't be doing this, zooming in. too much of this 1 minute chart and not thinking about the big daily. On the big daily, I had this on a long swing. So why am I taking this on a short setup here? So I got out immediately when I'm like, oh man, I'm doing stupid stuff. Let me get out. Because of the share size I had, it even like getting out break even, it's giving me a little bit of loss. And Peloton, that was a psychological mental mistake I'm still battling with. First of all, I like doing this positive and negative. So sure, you want to take long setup on Peloton. Why? You got to write down why it should be a good long and why it should not be a good long. So there's more negative, honestly, because it's overextended second day. You got a gap up into resistance. So 127 pre-market is a good area to short. So that's kind of negative. What's positive? It has news, right? And it's in play and stuff like that. But it's not enough, right? It's news. News very often is priced in. And in play, sure, many stocks in play. So what I was playing here, 1 minute opening range breakout. Again, that's not my playbook anymore. Why I'm playing that? It's a mental mistake. Playing my old playbooks when I shouldn't be playing this. I'm playing only daily breakouts. Okay, you can say, well, this is a daily breakout breaking over the prior day. Well, it's extended, the daily breakout, when we have a consolidation, when we break in the consolidation. Right here, that was a daily breakout. Yesterday on Peloton was a daily breakout of the bounds, of the lower levels pullback. That was a daily breakout there. Here, it's not, it's overextension. So I took scalp and added to my trade, took two partials, and then instead of keeping break even, I mitigated down. Got stopped out, took a loss, 1 hour, right? Slightly more than 1 hour loss. The reason I removed this break even to a wider stop because of the mental mistake. Yesterday, I had a really bad day, been battling losses, and honestly, whole entire week. And I still thinking about the money and zoomed in on the 1 minute chart, losing focus from a bigger time frame, from a bigger picture. What's positive, what's negative, what should I do? Definitely, I shouldn't even touch this trade at all at first. And I'm thinking here about the money. Completely wrong. So what I'm doing here right now, this is a really good exercise. When you have a losing trade, you lost money on the trade. Take a stop, take a notebook, write it down, your thoughts. So think about what triggered you to enter that trade. Think about it, why you took that trade, what thoughts you had when you took that trade, what emotions you had during that process, and what kind of behavior was before and after you took that trade. And write it down, be specific. What actions you had maybe you had a change in your decisions after you took it. Let's say you change, you're like, oh man, I'm doing stupid thing. I had a change in my decisions, my management, right? Well, first of all, I added to my trade. That was a change of my decisions because I saw a big size of 125, and very often we can eat them and fly pretty quick. The target was 127 here, 127. So, and that's why I was adding. But adding on a trade is not profitable yet. It's not moving yet. It didn't make a high low. It's not a good idea. So that's a good tool to think about it. And changing market perceptions. Did my market perception change about this, right? And trading mistakes. There were trading mistakes, there were trade management mistakes, and there's a lot of mistakes here. So does it mean my playbook doesn't work? Well, coming to conclusion here, that was my old playbook. I shouldn't be taking it all. Okay, so why am I taking it? And keep digging in this problem. Try to find out the issue. So, and then once you dig in this problem, you might find some other issues like, oh, I'm thinking about the money. I'm being zoomed in on a smaller time frame. Why you zoomed in on a small time frame? Zoom out. Zoom out. And then you create a plan. You create a plan how to adjust. Very often you can find some other mistakes you gotta be working on. For example, I was just doing this exercise with FMT. We have an issue, right? We have a problem, mental. How to deal with biases and being open-minded based on yesterday price action, right? Yesterday we had a gap down and I was open-minded. I was telling myself, I am open-minded. I'm open for this and that. But I'm thinking, and I have plan A, B, and C for certain stocks. Everything was clear, straightforward. And I took based on my plan, great, right? But none of them worked. And it led to FOMO. It created like, putting me back on a scalping track. So which I totally don't want to do. And back to the same mentality I had last week, when nothing is working, it's not because the market, it's not working. It's because I'm not adjusting, not doing something right. So, and you gotta write down this problem, right? Not be able to adjust with the market and negatives, like exactly the whole exercise I just explained to you. Write it down and then create a plan. So one of the main cool things I'm doing right now, I'm having one losing trade. I'm writing down here the trade. And by writing down, answering those questions, I can spot immediately what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right. Is this the market changing, or it's me not on my A game today? Maybe I'm on a B game, maybe I'm on a C game. And then I'm going to my A, B, C games and like, okay, on a B game today, so not taking my playbook. You're right. So I'm not taking my playbook. So I'm actually taking the old playbook. Why am I doing this? And you're breaking down this, and then you're looking at your emotional aspect and adjust like that. So the next trade, when you take it, you already analyzed everything, and it's so easy to trade take a trade from that point. All right, so here's a good trade. Here is a trade I'm proud of today. From the playbook, from my idea, Caterpillar, put it on a size, 133 shares, good stuff. Good stuff. Idea, 200-day moving average, oversold name. We all know institutions like to load around 200-day moving average, right? This was a prior pivot point right here. This was a prior pivot point. When we tried to break, we could not. We came, tested under, we broke, pullback, bounce. So 199. Yesterday, double bottom 199 was amazing first entry. So today, we're having this action. Wicks down, both directions. All directions pointing down on these three candles. It's very bullish. Second day play, attempt to break higher. This is a beautiful prior day range with triple top, so we're sitting above. This is a buy, no questions asked. Institutions will load here. Caterpillar, what's the RVO right now? Just want to see here. 86, it's not a lot of RVO here. And it's one of those low volatility names, right? But look at this, how easy it is, how simple it is when you try to understand where's the majority of people will be loading it on this long play. You don't have to fight the front side. You don't have to fight any resistance. The trade is working immediately. Even if you zoom in on a 1 minute chart, look at that. Even on 1 minute chart, that was a buy. No questions asked. So I'm taking this as a swing all the way to 212s. Maybe even 215, 218s. We'll see. I'm going to take a target for sure there. We just filled the window. as you can see, the window got filled. Consolidation here, and aiming for another leg up, I guess, something like that. All right, this is already a long video, explain everything. I hope you guys learned something. Yeah, if you have any questions,